Lesson 1, Inductive Reasoning, Shapes. So inductive reasoning is drawing a general conclusion by observing patterns and identifying properties in specific examples. So you're noticing something and you're coming up with an idea about that, and that idea is called a conjecture. So a conjecture is a testable expression that is based on available evidence but not yet proved. So nothing is proved mathematically, but it is a conjecture. Some of the ways that we find patterns is tables, Venn diagrams, guessing and checking, or drawing any kind of diagram really. So it's all about noticing patterns and coming up with your own conjecture. Okay, for example 1, we want to make a conjecture about the figure number and the number of triangles in that figure. From this conjecture, we're going to use inductive reasoning to figure out how many triangles would be in the 10th figure. So we're not going to prove anything, we're just going to use inductive reasoning. So let's make a chart. So we have the figure and the number of triangles. So if you have figure 1, we have 1 triangle there. Figure 2 has 4 triangles. Figure 3 has 9 triangles. So if we were to guess what figure 4 would be, if you notice the pattern, each number is the square. So we're going to guess that it's 16. So we're going to test this. So if we were to continue this pattern on, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this works. So we can induce, or we need to make a conjecture. So our conjecture, except I spelt it wrong, is that the number of triangles will be the square of the figure number. So we want to use this conjecture to find the 10th. So using our conjecture, the 10th triangle would have 100 triangles in it. Okay, for example 2, we are looking at different shapes. So a quadrilateral is a polynomial with 4 sides. A square has all equal sides. A rectangle has 2 sets of equal sides. And a rhombus has all sides are equal, but we have 2 different angles. So the difference between a rhombus and a square is that a square has all the same angle, which is 90 degrees. So we want to make a conjecture about drawing the shapes by joining midpoints on the sides of a quadrilateral. So a midpoint is halfway between. So you are needing to get a ruler. So if you don't have one, pause the video and go get a ruler. You have to use one for this. Okay, first thing you want to do is you want to measure all your sides. So first for the square, if you measure the side lengths, you should get 3.2 and 3.2. And yes, I'm quite aware that my picture is wrong. You just need to work with your sheet. So to find our midpoint, we're going to take 3.2 and divide it by 2, which is 1.6. So I want you to measure 1.6 on each side, and then I want you to take your straight edge and I want you to draw straight lines between all the midpoints. Next thing I want you to do is pause the video and measure the lengths of all the midpoints. So we're going to find the lengths of all the midpoints. And we're going to call the midpoints A, B, C, D. So find AB, BC, CD, and DA. If you measured properly, you should have got 2.2 centimeters. Now, I need you to get a protractor and you're going to measure each angle. So if you don't have a protractor, pause the video, go grab one, and measure angle A, B, C, and D. You should have got 90 degrees. Okay, so this is just one shape, so we're just going to leave it for now, and we'll come back to it after we do the next one. So if you measure the sides of your triangle, you should get 5.3 and 2.2. So the midpoints of those, so 5.3 divided by 2 is 2.6, and 2.2 divided by 2 is 1.1. So I want you to measure 2.6, 1.1 on each of this, and label them A, B, C, and D, and then draw your lines connecting the midpoints. So pause the video and do this on your page. Now I want you to measure the lengths AB, BC, CD, DA. And I want you to find the angles of A, B, C, and D. What you should have got was 3 centimeters for each side, and your angles will be 131, 45, 131, and 45. So, just by looking at our first two shapes, you can notice that our lengths are the same, and you either have one set of equal angles or two set of equal angles. So if we were to make a conjecture right now, the conjecture would be, looking at our shapes, quadrilateral, square, rectangle, and rhombus. The rhombus has equal sides and two equal angles. So we're going to make a quick conjecture here, and then we're going to test it with our last two examples. So that the midpoints of a quadrilateral will form a rhombus. Okay, if we measure our shapes, we have, first do that, measure the shapes. Pause the video and tell me what you get. You should have got 4.2, 3, 3, and 5.8. So to find the midpoints, we'll divide them by 2. So 4.2 divided by 2 is 2.1. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. 5.8 divided by 2 is 2.9. So measure those in, draw your midpoints in, and connect them. And same as last time, call them A, B, C, and D. Then I want you to measure each of the lengths and find the angles. So pause the video and do that. If you measured properly, you should have got 3, 3, 3, 3, 118, 60, 118, and 60. So this does work. And if we do it for the last one, it should work as well. So do that one. If you measure your rhombus, you should get 3.2 and 3. So 3.2 divided by 2 is 1.6. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. So measure those in, draw your midpoints, connect the lines, and measure them out. And it should work. So check if that all works. And if it does, that means that your conjecture still holds to be valid from the examples you've given.